here goes nothing.
So it's 2015, another year for gaming, and Dying Light takes the front stage as the first major release of the year. Considering the disappointment many had with the games that came out in 2014, many including myself have been very skeptical of Dying Light. So the question everyone's asking now is, does Dying Light parkour its way to greatness, or does it fall down to the streets filled of zombies below? Well, I guess I can say I kinda underestimated this game. Dying Light was developed by Techland Studios. These are the same guys that created the original Dead Island. It's important to note this, as many people will look at Dying Light's gameplay and say, hey, that looks a lot like Dead Island, and they aren't wrong. The developers really did use Dead Island's formula as a foundation for Dying Light, so if you enjoyed the original Dead Island's combat and crafting systems, you'll like Dying Light. Personally, as a fan of the original Dead Island, I was looking forward to Dying Light, but I was hesitant about the game for some reason. And finally, I figured out that my hesitations were actually born out of areas I was disappointed about with Dead Island. However, it seems Techland has proven me wrong, as Dying Light takes what made Dead Island awesome and fixes most of the problems the original had as well. It takes everything that made Dead Island amazing, like the co-op, the crafting, and exploration, while also fixing many of the issues people had with the original. One of the main issues I had was the story and the atmosphere, but I'm glad to say that Dying Light does a much better job this time around. Now, the story isn't something amazing, but it does have enjoyable characters, great setting, and some great moments. However, I still can't figure out where the hell this game takes place, as at one moment you'll be talking to people and they sound like they're from the Middle East, and then the next moment you'll talk to somebody and they sound Australian. Wait, what the hell? If I could simply sum up Dying Light for you, it's a game that's born out of a threesome between Dead Island's combat, Mirror's Edge parkour, and Far Cry's open world design and character customization. All these elements are implemented into the game with great thought, as nothing feels really tacked on or out of place. Now, there may be some who feel off the start that the parkour is sloppy or out of place, but that's because the character you're playing is actually new to it. He's slowly growing and learning new skills which will improve his mobility. I feel that one thing people who look at this game have to know is that this game is a different beast over time. Starting off playing this game, some can look at the gameplay and see just a generic zombie game, but as the game progresses and you're knee deep in the story and you have a couple of levels under your belt and you've explored some more, you will gain a new perspective for this game. Not to mention, Night in this game is no joke. No wonder they said good night and good luck, because I've never been so genuinely frightened playing a game like that for a while. Running at night has this big risk-reward system, as completing missions and running around at night gives you double XP, but comes with the risk as zombies become more powerful and feral. But one thing I would recommend is that you actually do not avoid nighttime. I truly feel it brings out the uniqueness of Dying Light and really gives you the best experience the game can offer. So from loads of content the game offers, taking me 24 hours to complete the main story, to functional open world co-op, there's a lot to satisfy yourself with. Honestly, I really didn't have any big complaints about this game. After beating it, I felt satisfied and happy that I'd played it, even with its optimization problems. Now, this is something I must bring up for people who are planning on getting this on PC. This game at launch had optimization issues, and they were a nuisance. I would have random frame drops while running around in the open world, and most of the time my rig had trouble maintaining a constant 60 FPS while exploring. Now note, this was because I maxed out the game, but I do have a 970 GTX, so my PC should be able to destroy this game. It was really the only blemish I could find with Dying Light that annoyed the living hell out of me, but I think it says something even bigger about Dying Light. See, even with these optimization issues and frame drops, I still had a lot of fun. So much fun that I suffered through all of it to enjoy the game. Now, of course, I'm sure I would have had a better experience if the game had been fully optimized, but Techland did release a patch which did address some of the optimization problems. I can report that while there are still some frame drops even after this patch, it is nowhere near as bad as it was at launch. Now, while Dying Light isn't the perfect game, it does achieve more than I was expecting. It gives you a fantastic zombie killing experience with some new tricks like the grappling hook and parkour, and the detailed character customization. I recommend picking up Dying Light, especially with the group of friends for co-op. I can finally say at last, I found the co-op zombie game I've been looking for.